Now, Eddie, we don't know what your sea legs are like, but this film is going to be very nostalgic for all amateur sailors out there, guaranteed.
Yes, Andy and Buster bring us the story of the man who brought the sport to the masses in the 1960s. Here it comes, any second now.
Any time now.
The
Just
Jeopardy.
rewinding it.
Let's see if we can bring it to you now. Here we go.
Sailing wasn't a cheap hobby. Boats were built by hand, by craftsmen, making them too expensive for most people.
However, one man had a dream of making sailing accessible to just about anybody by designing a boat which was affordable for ordinary folks.
He was Barry Bucknell, the BBC's very own DIY guru, and a man usually seen on dry land.
Hello. I think in this programme I better tackle a job that I've been putting off for a long time.
Yes, in 1962, Bucknell began drawing up the plans for what became the Mirror Dinghy. I've come here to the annual gathering of mirror sailors in Abersock in Snowdonia to find out how Bucknell's boat became the most widely owned two-person sailing dinghy in the world. Dougal Henshaw has researched the origins of this boat and its links with the daily paper.
Barry Bucknell, Mr. DIY, goes to the pub with the BBC team, and there were other people in there from the Mirror. They picked up on the story that Barry Bucknell was designing and building his own boat.
In post-war Britain, the idea of owning your own boat was highly fashionable. So the Mirror newspaper put up the money to develop Bucknell's plans on the condition that the boat was named after the paper and its sails were red like their logo. With the aid of dinghy expert Jack Holt, he devised the first kit boat that anyone could build at home.
Everything came in a box, and you took it out of the box, you got a book of the words, and you built yourself a boat.
The key design feature was the lack of a traditional pointed bow.
The hardest part of building any boat is getting that pointed shape at the front. By putting this flat panel in, you take away over half the complexity of the whole task. You stitch the two panels together with bits of copper wire and then lay a strip of glass fibre tape along that, and you've made the joint.
The first mirror kits sold for just £63, about £800 in today's money.
They took the idea of building a boat and made it into something that anybody could build. You didn't need to be a boat builder, you didn't need to be a woodworker, you could make one of these in your lounge in 100 hours in the winter. And the great thing was, you could turn it upside down and put it on the roof of your car and drive around with it, and people did. It wasn't long before these were selling at the rate of over 250 a month.
Wow. Within a few years, Britain was swept by mirror mania.
Suddenly, suburban garages up and down the land were filled with the sound of planing, sawing and hammering.
Dad built it. It was a lovely little pale yellow colour when he'd finished. It was, it was absolutely the best thing in the world.
The Mirror is now over 50, but its appeal hasn't aged a bit.
I used to sail with my mum and dad. Now we're sort of coming down every year and doing the same with our kids. It's a great way to spend a holiday, it really is.
You can fit like about 3 people in it, and so you can just sail with your friends and stuff.
But this little boat is capable of high-performance sailing, and the rise of the Mirror was paralleled by the rise of sailing as a competitive sport. Today, Britain has more Olympic gold medals in sailing than any other nation. And now, it's my turn.
God, they're very responsive, aren't they, on the tiller?
They are.
Really quick. You have a number on the sail here, James. 70,633.
When this one was brand new, that was the exact number of mirrors.
Wow.
It's a little boat with a huge heart. It sails like a big boat. You learn your skills in one of these, you've got good skills that will take you right the way through life.
Barry Bucknell's DIY approach to dinghy making undoubtedly inspired a revolution in British sailing.
It democratised the sport and made sailing available to everybody. Even you, Buster. Old sea dog that he is.
What a wonderful story. I thoroughly enjoyed that. There we are. Anyway, well, a big thank you to Eddie for joining us this evening. You can see Eddie at in London on the 18th of January for 5
Yeah, we will see you tomorrow with Dara Breen. Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.